Hi guys, this is Larissa and Yoga Life Balance with you today. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today will be a nice, easier, deep stretch class. As always, you can skip certain things if it's not for you or not suitable or you just don't feel like doing it. Always be careful about what you're doing. And let's do it together. Bring your legs into the most comfortable cross-leg sitting position. Stretch your hands up. Reach the ceiling, clasp your hands and place your hands behind your head. Move your chest down and push it nicely and softly. Feel the stretch on your back, on your neck area. Don't forget to use your exhalation when you move down your head. Feel a nice stretch. Nothing should be painful, harmful. Just feel how it is. Inhale, move up. Now open your elbows wide a little bit and lean to the right side. You feel that you're squeezing shoulder blades in the back. If you can, look up. Continue squeezing shoulder blades in the back. Feel the stretch. Feel your stretch. You feel the stretch on the left side of the body. You feel the stretch in your shoulder blades and lean further down. The more you move your elbow down, the deeper the stretch is. And now release your right hand down on the floor and you crawl with your fingers if you can and place your elbow down if you can. If it's too much, you can use a block or pillow or a book and place your elbow down on the floor. Opening your left shoulder and stretch your left hand. Stretch, opening your left shoulder to the ceiling. Feel a nice deep stretch on the left side of the body. Look up, try to stretch your hand. Not everybody can do. If your hand is here, fine. Feel the deep stretch starts from your glute side of the body and stretch your left hand. Slowly bring yourself up. We shall repeat this on the other side. Stretch up. Clasp your hands and push your chin down to your chest. Push a little bit more. Feel a nice deep stretch on your back. Very often in yoga, we are doing invisible things. It looks like you're doing nothing, but in reality, you stretch a lot. Slowly start bringing yourself up, your head up, and lean to the left side. Squeezing shoulder blades on the back. Feel a nice squeezed shoulders on the back. At the same time, you feel the stretch on your right side. Now we're extending our right hand. Try to move behind your ear. Squeezing at the same time shoulder blades. It's a lot if you start thinking. So you stretch the right side, you're squeezing your shoulder blades, you stretch your hand quite a lot. Release your left hand either on the block or on the floor. We're all different. Stretch your hand, move your hand above your head, above your ear, move it to the back. Continue squeezing shoulder blades in the back and stretching the right side. Really a lot. A lot to take. Brilliant. Slowly start bringing yourself up. I'm sure you're tired straight away. Inhale, stretch, clasp your hands and push into the ceiling. Move hands behind your ears. Look forward, twist to the right side. At the same time, squeezing shoulder blades in the back is quite hard. And release your hands. Move forward and stretch forward. Stretch and reach the wall in front of you. Stretch through your back, through your neck, through your hands. You feel like your shoulders are moving out of your shoulder blades and your hands becoming longer. Nice. Stretch out. Push hands into the ceiling, still keep them clasped. Twist the left side, squeezing shoulder blades in the back. Look to the back, a lot to take into account. And slowly start releasing. Hands placed down on the floor if you can. If you're sitting in the block and it's quite high, it's okay, you don't have to do this. So you're either stretching deeply forward, or if you can, hands placed down on the floor and you start crawling forward, down, further down with your fingers. Move head down. Everything should be comfortable. You just need to feel a stretch. Slowly bring yourself up. Point your hands to the back of the mat, to the wall. Maybe you have a wall behind you. Push chest forward and move your head. to the back. If it's too much, don't do this. Now roll your head from side to side, from the right side to the left. You try to roll the back of your head on the back of your back. Rolling. Maybe you can hear a cracking noise in your neck, which is fine. And slowly bring yourself up. Hands on your knees. Stretch. Right hand on your left knee. Right hand behind your back. Push chest forward. Twist to the back. Squeeze shoulder blades in the back. Look to the back. With each exhalation, you're trying to move your left shoulder further to the back, and right shoulder is trying to meet your left. Stretch through your hands. Reach the ceiling. Have a nice breath and twist. Left hand on your right knee, right hand behind your back. Just push forward and then you twist, look to the back. Squeeze shoulder blades in the back, look to the back. With each exhalation, you're trying to squeeze more your shoulders. Nice. Slowly start bringing yourself back. Nice. Stretching up. Inhale and rise, nice stretch. So hands moved forward. Maybe this time you can go further down. So you start stretching through your hands, maybe crawling on your hands. Lean forward, reaching the floor, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Really nice. We are sitting into squat position. If you can't sit in a squat position, try to separate your legs wider if you're struggling with the squat. You maybe only can hold yourself on your toes, which is fine. You're trying to push your elbows into your knees, move your hips down as low as you can, squeeze shoulder blades in the back, sit straight. Now you're trying to move your hips slightly high, keep your hands together and stretch your hands. You can clasp your hands so your back is parallel to the floor. You stretch your back and we're working on our hips. Nice. Slowly sit down into squat position. Let's do it again. So you're moving your hips up slightly. Stretch through your hands. Reach the wall in front of you. Really deep stretch and twist. Slowly bring yourself down on the floor. Place hands down on the floor. You bring soles of your feet together. We're going to stretch our shoulders and a quite very deep stretch. If you cannot do the full version, I will show you this half version. So place your right hand on the floor, left hand up. You reach the ceiling first. You lean forward. You're trying to wrap your knee, and maybe you can only bend your elbow, and it's on the back. It's maybe how far you can go, and it's fine. If you can't, you stretch through your right hand, you're trying to bend your elbow, and your both hands you're trying to find on the back. If it's not happen, it's fine. You continue opening your right shoulder to the back and look up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If it's too much for your knees, you can always release your knees, so you can maybe need to sit down on the floor and do the same option on the other side. So just this way. Okay, if it's too much for your knees, place your left hand on the left side. Stretch. You are stretching the upper body before you start wrapping around your knee. You're reaching the floor. You're imagining that your right hand is getting longer. If you can't clasp hands on the back, if you cannot, it's fine. Continue opening your left shoulder to the ceiling and look up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If it's too much, place hands down on the floor. Maybe you can sit on your knees or just stay here. There's always an alternative option. You can stand on your knees, or you can do it whilst you're standing. Brilliant. Bring your hands down on the floor. We are moving into flat tabletop position. You push your toes under. Inhale, exhale, move your vertebrae up. Chin is reaching your chest. Inhale, stomach goes down. Squeeze shoulder blades in the back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Move up. Down. Bring your knees together. Have a support under your knees. Maybe you can use a towel. And start swinging from side to side. You're trying to see your toes on the right side and then to the left. Don't do it fast. Do it properly. Feel a stretch and twist on both sides. And the last one, feel. Open knees wide. Move into child position. Look forward and you slide forward with your hands. Your forehead, chest or chin reaching the floor. If you know you can go further, you can use the block. Moving your fingers, look forward and move your forehead down. Stretching your shoulders, move your shoulders outwards. It's a lot when you think what is going on here. Working on your hips, knees, back, everything is stretching. Slowly bring yourself up. Place hands down on the floor, push toes under, and we move into down facing dog. Down facing dog is your V-shaped position. I start pedaling with my legs one by one. Stretching my legs, rotating my head from side to side, and shoulders from side to side. Don't like getting in rigid and quickly into down facing dog when it's the first one. You need to feel your body, look forward, bend my elbows and push the mat away further, opening shoulders into sides. Look forward and then twist my left shoulder down to the floor, look to the ceiling from my right armpit. Look forward, right shoulder goes down. Look forward and left shoulder goes down. And last one, look forward, right shoulder goes down. Move down on your knees. Keep your stomach flat. We are working on our upper body strength. Women are particularly struggling with their upper body strength. So what we need to do is, don't stack your bottom out. Don't collapse. Stack your belly in and slowly start bringing yourself down on the floor. You may collapse it. You may, but with time, you will build up the strength and it's absolutely fine for you not to do it straight away. Move hands closer to your lower rib cage. Move up. You can push hands down on the floor. Squeeze shoulder blades in the back. If you feel you can, you move your thighs off from the floor. If you can, you look to the right side, to the center, to the left side. Move down on your knees and we roll into another down facing dog. Every time it's not going to be easy, but you can go deeper into position. Look forward, check yourself. So hands, shoulders, hips, soles of your feet, everything is on one line. You look forward, bend your elbows slightly, try to push mat away from you and then open shoulders into sides. You should feel that you're squeezing shoulder blades on the back. If your heels are not on the floor, use the paddling option. So you're stretching your hamstrings one by one. It's easier, they're not springing back, they're not resisting so much. With each exhalation, you're trying to move your head further down. Turn your left leg slightly to the left side of the mat, 45 degrees. Look forward and step in front of the mat with your right leg. Moving into warrior one. Hips pointed to the front of the mat. Stretch your hands, clasp hands, move hands behind your ears and sink through your right knee. Look 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands placed down on the floor. Step back into plank. Let's go down on our knees. Let's work on our core and our upper body strength. So suck your belly in and slowly under control move down on the floor. Nice. Inhale, look forward and stretch your hands and legs. Move hands and legs up and try to move them higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down on the floor, push toes under. Try to keep your stomach flat. Move into your knees and roll into down facing dog. Turn right leg to the right side of the mat, 45 degrees, left in front of the mat. Push your left hip to the back, both hips pointed to the front of the mat. Hands up, you can keep them separately if your elbows are not fully stretched when you clasp them. Move hands behind your ears and sink through your left knee, push left hip back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down on the floor, step back into plank. This time, if you can, you're trying to move down through chaturanga. You don't have to go on your knees if you have to go, but if you can, move down into chaturanga and move into upper facing dog. If it's not happening, it's fine. Okay, engage thighs if you can. If you want, move hips from side to side. Brilliant. You can move knees down on the floor, or you can try to roll through your toes. Turn your right leg 90 degrees, left in front of the mat. It's a long step. Heels should be on one line or slightly wider. You know, if you have issues with your hips, move your right leg closer to the right side of the mat. Stretch through your hands. Squeeze shoulder blades in the back. You're not leaning forward or backward. You start sinking through your left knee and knee pointed just to the front of the mat. Let's do it for 5. Every time you're trying to go further down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your left elbow and maybe you can place on your thigh. Maybe you can place inside of your leg. If you need to have a support, have a block. Stretch your right hand. Move your right hand above your head and rotate it. Slow rotation. It's much more difficult. Stretch your right hand and second one. Stretch your hand and the last one. Eventually place your both hands on the right side of the mat, bend your knee and place it down. We are working on our hip and hamstring stretch. If you can, you move the left leg on the edge of the sole of the foot, place your left hand on your knee and you're pushing slightly away. If you want to, it's optional. If you can, you're placing your elbows down on the floor using the block. Maybe the block will be here higher. Maybe you don't need to have a block and you just slide forward with your hands. Try to move your hips from side to side. Find an extra space, find the stretch. Don't push it too much. You just need to find the stretch and you feel like you're relaxing your hips. Move hands down on the floor. Move your right knee closer to the leg, to your left leg. Everything here 90 degrees. There are 2 imaginary lines and the distance between your heel and knee, your hand. Stretch your hands. Bring hands into the namaste. Twist the left side. Push your biceps into your left knee. Look up. Bring hands into namaste. Now there are options. You can stretch your right hand and left hand. And maybe you can use the block. If you feel secure, if you want to go further, you stretch your back leg, which is optional, of course. Everything is optional. You're choosing your own version. Eventually, bring knees down on the floor, hands down on the floor. Inhale, and let's go into extended child position. Move hands forward. If you know you can go further and deeper, maybe you want to use blocks, moving your fingers, forehead, chin, or chest goes down on the floor. Stretch deeply. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move blocks away. You don't need them. Push hips up. Move into down facing dog. We shall repeat the same sequence on the other side. Left leg turn 90 degrees, right in front of the mat. Use your hands to bring yourself up. Squeeze shoulder blades in the back and stretch through your hands. Imagining there are 2 poles below your 2 hands and you're pushing them down. So you're engaging your hands. Move your left leg slightly closer to the left side. Heels on one line or slightly wider. Check your knee. Right knee must be pointed to the front of the mat. Don't lean backward and forward. Sinking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right elbow placed on your right thigh. Maybe inside of your right leg. If you're struggling, have a block or a book or cushion. Left hand up and move above your head. Rotate it. Stretch, reach the ceiling. And try to rotate it every time further behind your ear. Stretch, rotate. Place hands on the left side of the mat. Left knee goes down on the floor. If you want to stretch your hip, move the right leg on the edge of the sole of your foot and push your right knee slightly to the right side. It's optional. Place your hands down on the floor, maybe halfway through, elbows go down. If you have the cushion or block, you place elbows on block. You're trying to go further down and further down. Continue opening your hip to the side if you want to. Push it. Push hips. Feel how they're stretching. Bring yourself on your hands. Move your left knee closer to your right leg. Everything 90 degrees when you stand up. The distance between your two legs, your hand. Stretch your hands. Bring hands into Namaste. Twist to the left side. Push your biceps into the knee. Squeeze shoulder blades in the back and look up. And if it's enough, you continue staying here. If you can, left hand is touching the floor, maybe right hand is reaching the ceiling. If you can, slightly lean forward. Stretch your back leg, it's optional. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Hands down on the floor. Step in front of the mat. Left leg next to your right. Grab your elbows. Knees can be bent. Place stomach on your thighs and twist from side to side. Look forward. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Stretch your hands. Push pelvis forward. Suck your belly in. Keep your hands either separately or stretched and clasped. Opening your chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Brilliant. We're trying to do the balance then. You can use the chair. You can place hands on the chair. You can use blocks. Or I will show you a lot of versions what we're going to do with our Warrior 3. First check for me. I place hands on blocks. And my back should be parallel to the floor. I look forward, stretch to the crown of my head, and right leg is moving up. I'm trying to level up my hips. It's quite tough. When you feel secure, you stretch to one of your hand and another one. Reach the opposite walls. Hands and leg, everything should be engaged. And when you hand it up, slowly bring yourself into standing position. You can use the chair, wall, or if you want to try another option, you stretch your hands up, slightly bend your right knee, and you're scissoring. So you engaged already your hands and your left leg. Lean forward slowly, slowly, slowly under control. Try to reach the opposite walls. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're out of the balance, it's absolutely fine. It's fine. We all can fail it. Let's do triangle. I do like triangle next to the wall. It reminds me where my back is supposed to be. If you don't have access to the wall, it's fine. You can do it just in the air. Right leg pointed towards to you. Left leg along with the wall. Stretch your hands. I try to keep the back of my head, hips and shoulders next to the wall. For some of you, it will be really difficult. Lean to the back first. Right hand is trying to reach your right thigh or left hand up. If you can, move your left hand above your head. We're kind of doing reverse triangle. Slowly bring yourself up when you had enough. Reach forward. So lengthening first, and then left hand goes down into 6 o'clock, right up 12 o'clock. Stretch the right side of the body. Feel it and stretch your hands. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Don't overstretch anything. Make sure everything is comfortable. Right leg pointed along with the wall. Left towards to you. Both hands stretched. Lean to the back first. Left hand is reaching your thigh. Right hand up. And you're trying to move above your head if you can. Stop. Slowly bring yourself back into neutral position. Lean forward as far as you can before you go down. Right hand goes down, left up. Stretch through your hands. Stretch through your left side of the body. Push left hip back. It's a lot. Slowly bring yourself up. Well done. It's a good one. Shake hands and legs if you need to. Left leg step forward and right back. Square, everything square here. Hands stretched. You either grab your wrists or maybe you can grab your elbows. Bring hands into Namaste. Maybe squeeze shoulder blades in the back. We are separating in our mind our body into two parts. So the bottom part, push down, the upper, you're trying to stretch and lengthening, moving out of your hips. Look forward and start leaning forward, squeezing your shoulder blades in the back. Push your right hip forward, left back, lean forward. It doesn't matter how far you can go. Don't bend your knees. Keep your legs straight. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Shake hands if you have to. Sometimes it's too much for your wrists. Right leg forward and left back. Stretch your hands. You're either grabbing your wrists, elbows, and bring hands into Namaste. Look forward, lean forward. Push right hip back, left forward, continue moving down, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Shake your hands and shake your legs. We're going to try a quite difficult balance. If you're out of the balance, it's fine. The secret here to engage in your core and engage your hands. My left leg is going to be slightly bent. I bring my first and second finger together and hold it. So first is you can hold the wall if it's too much. You can place hand on the chair. So first you start bending your right knee, grab your ankle and find the balance. So you suck your belly in. You look forward, don't look down. Look forward in front of you. Engage your left hand and start stretching up through your hand and through your leg. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Changing sides. Brilliant. Do slowly. All balances are very slow movements. Concentrate. Right knee slightly bent. Left leg bent. You grab your ankle from outside. Find the balance before you start moving. Look forward. Bring your 2 fingers together, circle them. Stretching slowly under control. If it's too much, hold the wall or hold the chair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Brilliant. We will walk a little bit on our hips just to make them a little bit more movable. You can hold the chair, wall. Or you can just roll your hips. 1, 2, rotation. You can help yourself with the hand. 3, 4, and 5. Try to move to another side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hip flexors are the most difficult parts in our body to stretch. Let's do it on the other side. Left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And changing direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Further stretch. You can hold the wall. You can have blocks in front of you. And you can stop at any point if it's too much for you. Bend my left knee slightly. Move right knee up. Grab my ankle and place it across. And for some of you, it's maximum you can do and you don't need to do anything else. If you can, hands placed on your hips, rotate your shoulder blades on the back, squeeze, and try to sit on imaginary chair. Try to bring hands into Namaste if you can. You can still hold the wall or chair. If you need, maybe you can grab the blocks, place hands on blocks, and start moving down. So it's a combination of stretching your hamstrings and opening your hip and your knee. Maybe hands can be placed down on the floor. Be careful, really careful. If you're fancy to go further, you can place hands on blocks and you maybe try to sit in this position. It's extremely hard, tough for your knees, for your hips, If you don't want to do this, simply don't do this. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Moving up is much more harder than moving down. Shake hands and legs. Let's try to do it on the other side. Right knee slightly bent. Move your left knee up. Grab your ankle and place across. I'm trying to move my left knee away all the time. Hands on your hips, rotate shoulder blades up and back. Concentrate, suck your belly in. Start sitting in an imaginary chair. If you can't, bring hands into namaste. If you can, carry on placing hands down, maybe on blocks. Maybe you can go into a full forward bend. Be careful, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you can now use blocks and you're trying to sit here. So we're using blocks, we are eliminating too much weight when we sit. If it's too much, just don't do this. Slowly bring yourself up, shake your hands and legs. Brilliant. We're going to stretch now. Sitting down on the floor with your both legs being stretched. To start with, we sit in Dandasana. So try to place hands down and move your chin down to your chest. Rotate your shoulder blades up and back. Toes pointed to the ceiling. And try to stretch your hamstrings. It's tough. It looks very simple, but it's really tough. Move chin down and hold this position, squeezing your shoulder blades on the back. Really, really nice. Okay, brilliant. Let's do a little bit of core. Moving hands under your knees. Try to move knees closer to your chest. And try to stretch through one of your legs and another one. Just push forward and look forward. If you can, stretch through your hands and holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross your legs right in front of your left. Push into your toes. Use your fists. If you have blocks, have blocks. Move your bottom up. And use your core. Brilliant. Let's do it again. Move hands under your knees. Chest push forward. Stretch through your legs and see how it goes. How does it feel? Maybe you can stretch your hands. Maybe you can start stretching through your one leg and another one. If you want to go further, open your legs and hands. Brilliant. Left leg in front of your right. Push into toes, hands or feet down, move hips up. Fantastic. Let's do the balance. You grab your toes, chest push forward, you lean slightly to the back, you sit comfortably on your sitting bones. You found the balance first. Chest push forward. You're trying to stretch and open one of your legs. Maybe another leg can join you. It's either full stretch or halfway through. Try to hold the balance. Try to push your chest forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Right leg in front of your left. Push into your toes, hands down, maybe fists down. Move your bottom up and sit. Real. Let's do the rocking and massaging our back. If you can. If you cannot, legs only can be just moved up. So find the balance first. Try to stretch your left leg and your right leg. If it happens, it happens. Brilliant. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Now you're rounding your back. Bend your knees and you try to rock and reach the floor on the back. Push chest forward. It's your handbrake. And try to open your legs. The full version with your legs being stretched. Touch the floor and bring yourself up and down. If it's not happened, absolutely fine. No worries about this. Clasp your hands and bring them under your soles of your feet. Look forward. Chest push forward. And start moving your elbows into your shins. Look forward if you can. Maybe elbows move down to the floor. Hold a deep, nice, full stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Stretch through your right leg. Left knee bend. And you move into your right thigh. Toes pointed to the ceiling. If it's too much, sit on the block. If you know it's really difficult, don't be ashamed to use any props. Stretch to your hands, lean forward. Hands can be placed along with your right leg. But if you know you can, You continue stretching forward, maybe grabbing sole of your foot. If it's too easy, clasp your hands and move your right shoulder down, left up, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It doesn't matter how far you go. As soon as you feel the stretch, this is what matters for you. Everything should be tailored to your body. Right knee bend, push into left thigh, stretch your hands, reach the ceiling. Place hands either just along with your left leg, squeeze shoulder blades in the back, and carry on just slightly stretching and moving forward. It's a lot involved into this deep stretch. Your hamstrings, back, the whole body stretching. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Stretch your hands, right leg stretched, left knee bent. Start rotating your leg closer towards to yourself. Place your right hand on the right side and push your left knee to the back. And if it's enough for you, this stretch, perfect, stay where you are. Maybe you can bring your leg into half lotus. Maybe it's not happened. So if it's not comfortable, move it down and sit on the block. Stretch through your hands. Lean forward. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch through your hands. Now move your hands under your right knee and start bending your right knee. Trying to move your right knee closer to your body, more and more and more and more. Maybe you can hold yourself here. If you can't, maybe you can place your left thigh on the left side of the mat and your right leg is going even further down. Maybe you can grab yourself. It's quite advanced. Be careful with your knee, with your hip. If your body was not designed for this, just skip it. Nothing wrong about this. We are all different. Shake your legs, right knee bend, start rotating it closer towards to your chest. If you know you cannot go into half lotus, this is the way for you to stretch your hips and push your hip to the back. Maybe you can hear even a clicking noise. Nothing wrong with your hips. We're stretching our hip flexors. Bring your right leg across if you can into half lotus. If you cannot, push into your left thigh. Point toes to the ceiling, stretch your hands, lean forward. Hands placed along with your left leg. Maybe you can slide forward and holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Stretch your hands. And let's try to stretch with our both legs. This is the most difficult stretch ever. So be careful and be gentle to yourself. Squeeze your shoulder blades in the back and place stomach on your thighs. Grab soles of your feet if you can. If you need, sit on the block. Look forward and start stretching only one of your legs. Bend your knees and stretch another of your legs. Every time when you bend your knees, you're trying to go a little bit further down. Look forward all the time. Maybe you need to move from hip to find the better sitting position. Eventually, if you can, you're moving down into deep forward bend, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start bringing yourself up. Don't worry if it's not happened. It may take years of practice. It's fine. Lie down on the floor. Grab your left sole of the foot, right hand on your right hip. Half happy baby position. Push it down. It's nice. Push your right hip down and left knee down. At the same time, check where your body, where your shoulders, where your hips, your head. Ideally, everything should be on the floor. Changing sides. Left leg down, right up. Grab sole of your foot. Push your right knee down and left knee moves down to the floor, squeezing shoulder blades on the back, hips down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab both soles of your feet. If you can, try to go into full happy baby position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your ankles, place soles of your feet down on the floor with your heels moved as close as possible to your hips. Hands down on the floor. Engage your kneecaps, thighs, hips, and stomach. Move up. If you fancy, move hips from side to side. You may feel an extra stretch in your hip flexors. If you can, clasp your hands under your hips and push a little bit higher. If you fancy to go further, right leg up and stretch. And right leg goes down and left leg up and stretch. It's optional, don't worry if it's not happen. And clasp your hands slowly, vertebra by vertebra, bring yourself down on the floor. Give yourself a hug and rock from side to side. Stretch through your right leg. Move your left leg away from you to the left side. And then move it across. Keep your left knee on the floor. Head down, stretch through your right leg, top of your head, left hand up. Reach the ceiling first and try to place the level of your left shoulder. If your hand is on the floor, it's fine. As soon as you feel the stretch from your glutes, through your back into your left shoulder, try to look to the left side. You're trying to push your left shoulder down, twist, feel a nice deep stretch and twist. Whatever is the tightest part of the body, you will feel stretched the most. Either it's low back, shoulders, or hip flexors, or all of them. Slowly bring yourself back to the center. Left leg stretched, right knee bend. Move closer to your chest. Open right knee to the right side and move it across. Keep right knee down on the floor using your left hand. Stretch through the head and left leg, right hand up. Move your shoulder out of your shoulder blade before you start placing the right hand down. You're reaching the floor with your palm of the hand. It doesn't matter if it's not reaching the floor. Maybe you're in the air. Keep your knee down on the floor. If you can, look to the right. With each exhalation, you're trying to move down your shoulder. Feel a deep stretch through your glutes, lower back, shoulder. Slowly bring yourself back to the center. Left knee bend, move closer to your chest and place it across. Push left knee away. If you feel this is maximum, you cannot go any further, it's fine. If you can, grab your right thigh and push closer to your chest. Maybe your knee you can push closer. If it's a little bit easy version if you want just to stretch your right leg. If you are practicing your lotus, you know you can go into this. Bring yourself into lotus and knees slowly go down the floor, hands up if you want to. Don't be upset if it's not happened, the lotus, you cannot do this. It's not for everyone. Let's do it on the other side. Right knee bend, move it across and push your right knee away and see how it feels. If it's enough, brilliant, stay here. If you can, grab your left thigh and move closer to your chest. If you need to release, slightly stretch your left leg. Push your left knee closer to your chest. And compare your two sides. We are not symmetrical. They are not stretching equally. So don't worry if one side is easy and another is really tough. It's normal. If you want, get into full lotus, stretch your hands. Slowly start releasing, bringing yourself into corpse position. Hands placed along with the body, release through your hands and legs, drop all the muscles. Close your eyes if you want to. Inhale, engage all muscles, squeeze them, and then relax and drop. And find yourself, bring yourself into the most desirable place you would like to be at the moment. Concentrate on the right side of the body, your toes, sole of your foot, heel, shin, knee, thigh, hip. Left side, left leg, toes, sole of your foot, heel, shin, knee, thigh, hip. Right hand, fingers, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder. Left hand, fingers, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder. Concentrate on the back of the body, hips line, waistline, shoulder blades, shoulders, front of the body, pelvis floor, navel, chest, throat, chin, nose, forehead, top of the head. Start rotating your wrists and ankles clockwise, anti-clockwise, coming back into the body and feel the difference between beginning of the class, and now when you have finished, bring your hands up and above your head. Stretch your hands and legs, reach the opposite walls. Right hand, left leg stretch, left hand, right leg stretch. Give yourself a hug, rock from side to side, and from the right side, bring yourself into the most comfortable cross-leg sitting position. Keep your fingers in the chin mudra, rotate your shoulder blades up and back. I'm so glad you did it today with me. Thank you very much for sharing your practice. Enjoy your day. Namaste. It was awesome.